Just be honest with me and tell me if this is a hot take or not. Over the last few, and I guess I'm going to make a few different claims here, so you can let me know, but over the last few years, I would argue the free to play quality that we received during the anniversary has slowly diminished over time. And I talk about this now because the 10th anniversary is approaching, and I really want them to I really want Dokkan to make a change in the way they handle the free-to-play characters. And maybe it's my fault for thinking that free-to-play characters are an important part of the anniversary. Maybe that's my fault. I don't really know what to say, because let's take a look at this 5th year anniversary. We got 3 free-to-play characters, okay? I'm not going to sit here and act like these guys were the greatest characters of all time, but we got 3 free-to-play characters back in the 5th anniversary. Oh, by the way, I'm on vacation, so this is one of those videos that I'm dropping while I'm on. I'm just going to mention it in case, again, there's reasons or questions why I'm not covering this or X or Y. I can't foresee it, unfortunately, so that's that. But I appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Appreciate that as well. Let's hop back into the video. So 5th anniversary, we got these 3 free-to-play characters. 6th anniversary, which I would argue is the best anniversary in terms of probably not only hype. I don't know. I think 5th anniversary is more hype with the fusions. But in terms of 6th anniversary, they had the best roster of free-to-play characters available. This UI Goku was very good upon EZA. This unit was building up very quickly. A really good support. A 3-key 40% support. We have units dropping nowadays in 2024 who can't support as good as this. Especially for the team that Reps of Universe 7 was back during the 6th anniversary. And then Master Roshi was by far and away the best free-to-play character to have ever dropped at the time that he did. This is the level of free-to-play buffs we were getting for the 6th anniversary. But then we enter the 7th anniversary, and this has to have been the most disappointing up until now. These 2 were completely useless. This LR was really good. Not like super OP, whatever the case is, but this trio character was good. I'm not gonna say they were like really like insane and whatever, but they were good. These 2 were just completely, actually useless. And then we hop into the 8th anniversary, and now we go from all of a sudden getting 3 characters in a celebration to, and you know, maybe getting 4 before, to just getting 2. And I guess you can say, okay, Mr. Baby, but what about, you know, the login card, right? Because remember, the 9th anniversary had the Gogeta login card that also got an EZA. I don't think that character getting an EZA or the login card becoming a little better should come at the expense of the free-to-play characters we get from the story events that the anniversary itself actually adds to the game. So, again, we now only get 2 units. One being Hercule, who I don't know who's ever used his character outside of maybe specific missions, and Babidi, which again, cool LR. I like these LR anniversary LRs because they introduce and have the new mechanic or new theme that the anniversary characters themselves actually have. So it's a nice way to test out for free the new mechanic, right? And then we move into the 9th anniversary where we get the standby skill addition of, you know, the free standby skill character, which is Beerus, as well as this free-to-play Frieza. Again, Frieza, not a bad character, but nothing really special going on here. And then Beerus, I guess, is kinda usable, but it's like, what I'm looking for when it comes to an anniversary, and this is what I would actually do. Maybe, again, I'm crazy for this, but what I'm gonna do is let me just pull up this website real quick. Let's just pretend, right, that the 10th anniversary is going to be Goku and Gohan themed, okay? No, let's do Namek Saga. Just again, I don't want anniversary to be Namek Saga, but let me just explain this concept to you so that way you understand what I'm looking for. I believe every anniversary should have 2 free-to-play characters. I understand I was complaining about 3 before, but hear me out. I believe both, and every anniversary should have 2 free-to-play characters, both of which are LRs, and both of which are super class and extreme class takes on the new mechanic that is being introduced. So, for example, again, imagine we have a Goku and Frieza celebration. So, I guess it could be Namek Saga, beginning of the sorry, not Namek Saga. Namek Saga, the beginning of the Android / Cell Saga, where Trunks, kills whatever the case is, and every single time Frieza's come back, I guess that's like the theme, right? Goku and Frieza theme for the anniversary. So if I type in Goku, right, imagine we get a new Namek Goku, free-to-play card to celebrate the let's do Yardrat Goku is actually pretty cool. So let's do Yardrat Goku and let's do Frieza, right? Let's pull this up. Again, I know these specific characters are not LRs, but just for you to understand the point, right? So let's say, again, a Goku and Frieza celebration. And the two new free-to-play LRs is a Mecha Frieza LR and a Yardrat Goku LR. What I'm looking for is not only for these two characters to be LRs, they are available from day one of the anniversary. Their SSR is available, then their TWAR becomes available in part 2, then their LR becomes available in part 3, and if you want to give them EZA, sure, at this point I don't really care, they're going to continue doing it anyways, but the point I really want to make is these two should be LRs. These two should both have the new mechanic that the character themselves, the anniversary themselves introduces. So, for example, right, like we have the standby skills for the 9th anniversary. So that would mean Goku would have his own version of the standby skill, and Frieza would have their own version of the standby skill. This ensures that whether you want to run super class or extreme class characters, or if you're pulling, because again, if the theme is Goku and Frieza, you're now going to have a new Frieza and a new Goku completely for free, right? That have this new mechanic. So even if you don't pull the Goku or the new Frieza that you can actually summon on with the new mechanics, at least you can now experience Goku with the new mechanic on the super class and all the super class related teams, and now Frieza with extreme class and all the extreme class related teams that Frieza is on. Okay, now the last point I'm going to make, which may be the hottest take of them all, is that I think both free-to-play LRs that we get for the anniversary should be, without a doubt, the best free-to-play cards that we're going to see for quite some time. And, of course, up until that point. I would even argue that both free-to-play LRs should make the case for at least top 20 in the game. Is that a hot take? Maybe top 25 in the game. They should have some... I'm not talking about like crazy restrictions or anything insane, but they should have the ability to look like, wow, this guy's a top 10 character. Maybe they're not top 10 for the entire fight. Maybe for the first 2-3 turns, right? They're like really good. Or like maybe during turns 4 through 6 or under 59% HP, they become God for like the first 2-3 turns. Like they have they have a really good base kit, but there's a moment in which they can look like an insanely good character and they provide actual genuine value to the team. I'm not talking about, let's give where's this support here? Within the character attacking turn, all allies, blah, 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 with each turn pass. Like, this is cool, right? But let's make it a lot simpler and just make these characters either support or define a role and let them stick to that role and let them be dependable in and on the teams that they're meant to be on and actually have them make an impact. You know how crazy it would be, how insane it would be if someone got shafted during the anniversary, but they pulled these new characters and these characters were able to allow them, let's say they use a new character alongside like the friend lead of the new character that dropped. So sorry, okay, that was a little confusing. Imagine I got shafted for the anniversary, right? I couldn't pull the new Namek Goku. So what I did was I farmed up this character, the free-to-play Yardrat Goku. I ran the new Namek Goku as a friend lead, and because this character maybe isn't similar to the LR Namek Goku that dropped for part 1, but this guy has some pretty cool abilities. He's really dependable, and he has a new mechanic as well that maybe the new enemy that I'm facing is kind of weak to, whatever the case may be. Imagine me being able to beat it without actually having the new Goku or the new Frieza because of the value that this card actually provided. I think that shouldn't be something that we should have that in the game for free. Anniversary is the time to drop the best free-to-play characters in the game, especially if a lot of the missions in the game are locked behind getting these characters awakened and whatever the case may be, which I honestly firmly believe that you should be doing that anyways. But the anniversary, if you want to drop a mid SSR free-to-play down the line, sure, whatever, I don't care. But during the anniversary, where players are flocking to the game in large numbers and they think this new mechanic is extremely cool. Allow them to experience it not only from the super class perspective, but also the extreme class perspective in such a way where even if they don't pull the new characters, they can experience what the new anniversary power creep is like, and have these characters be characters who we can easily say are top 20, maybe even top 15 in the game, or maybe even top 10 under certain circumstances or under certain conditions. And I don't think that should be a hot take by any means of the imagination, especially if the characters themselves are very different from the summonable characters at release. I don't know. I don't really believe this is just genuinely a hot take. I think they need to up the ante when it comes to the quality of these free-to-play characters. I really don't want to say quantity, because again, like, if they don't, by the way, I'm a little sick, that's why I'm coughing, I apologize, but if they're going to go from giving us 2 free-to-play characters from new events, because before, again, it was 3 for all these years, and now it's just 2. If we're gonna keep up the theme of 2, just make both LRs. Give them both a mechanic and make them both really good. I don't really believe it's that hard. And I don't think what I'm asking for is an insane, take. Another thing I'll mention, right? And maybe this is a bad take, maybe it isn't, but I do not believe that free-to-play anniversary LRs should be having leader skills that look like this. I think we have graduated from something like this. I think what we should be seeing for free-to-play characters, and maybe call me crazy if you think I'm wrong, I think what we should be seeing is at least 2 categories at 130%, and maybe another category or 2 with an extra 30% to stats. So basically it's 160% leader skill for these free characters, but now they're giving, it's essentially like the 200% leader skill format, but instead of 200%, it's 160%. 130 for 3 categories, and then an extra 30% for another 1 to 2 categories. Allowing that, again, allows players who are new to the game or who can't pull a specific character, or actually just makes them like no one's running this guy as lead. You're not, unless you're forced to run this unit as lead because you're in an event where you're restricted to free-to-play characters and the team you have to run as android / like, okay, sure. But it's like, imagine the character being so good that, you know what, no, I want to run the free-to-play character as lead because they're going to provide the most value in this specific situation. Which, of course, 160 cannot compare to 170. I mean, I guess you can compare those, but cannot really compare to 200%, and I get that. I'm not saying it should compare. Especially with double leads, right? Like, if you are running a double 200%, that's 400%, whereas a double 160 is only really giving you 320%. So you're missing 80% of stats for a lot of characters, and I get that. I'm not trying for these characters to compete on the leader skill level. These are free characters at the end of the day. But a new player joining the game and being able to access some of the best units in the game who are free to play, who also have a decent leader skill, would be tremendous value. Tremendous. And I don't think this is too much to ask for. But you let me know what you think. There's a lot of things I want to talk about now that I'm on vacation. I mean, I'll just be recording these things, and this is one of those things that I've been wanting to talk about for such a long time. I think I've mentioned it in previous videos as well, but this is something that I believe is a problem. Dokkan should not be going away from giving us free characters. I believe, listen, I am a free-to-play character at heart, and what I mean by that when I say that is I was free to play in this game for a very, very long time. So the things that I looked forward to the most were free characters. And so even though I'm not free to play anymore, it still hurts me inside that these we're getting less free to play characters from events, but the characters themselves are not even like, they're not doing anything. They're not impacting. Imagine a new event releasing, and the new event itself is an event that every unit struggles in except for the new LR characters from the summable ones, and the free to play ones as well. It's, you know how good it's going to make you feel to farm up a new free-to-play character and actually cook in a difficult event where another character you have can't cook in that? It makes the characters feel that much more amazing. I don't know, man. Maybe it's a hot take, maybe it isn't. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for listening to me yap. I have a lot more yapping sessions coming soon, so take care. Hopefully have a great rest of your day, and good night.